Welcome to the Twin Flame reading. So the way this is structured, I've got this deck here for you, the viewer, but if this doesn't resonate with you, then you may resonate with this deck over here, which I'm setting the intention is for your person. So you can flip the energies around in whatever way makes sense. I will be referring to this deck as you and this deck here as your person. And then in the center is a deck of your shared energy. So I'll go back and forth between the individual energies and then dive into the connection here. So twin flames and soulmates. Let's get your current energy towards your person. So I'm getting the Two of Pentacles here. The Two of Pentacles is about balancing priorities, responsibilities. It's putting that right amount of effort against the significance. So if something is really important, it's putting a lot of effort against it. What I'm getting here is more you focused on yourself. So I know this is your current energy towards your person, but right now it feels like you're more focused on yourself or have been. This actually feels like you've been working through something. You might have had a lot on your plate and it's like this is very secondary to whatever else is going on right now. I'm also getting the Hermit, a lot of internal reflection, healing. So you might have been working through something here from a healing perspective, just focusing on yourself right now, balancing things out within you and in your life. Because then I get the Four of Pentacles here, and the Four of Pentacles is all about your stability, your foundation. So really building a solid foundation for yourself. And then I get the Nine of Pentacles here, and I love this energy. This tells me you have really done a lot of work. And so the Nine of Pentacles is you being able to create your own abundance. And so you really went within. You did everything here that you felt were guided to do. So all of the internal work, it's showing here with that Nine of Pentacles. It's a very strong, independent energy. And so this tells me that you're not in contact with this person. You've been very focused on yourself and just your own responsibilities, your own life outside of this connection. And it feels like, I mean, a very successful completion here. And then I get the Ten of Cups, and it feels like all of this was in preparation for you to achieve what you want. The Ten of Cups is a card of marriage, but it's long-term emotional fulfillment. And it feels like everything else that you were doing from a stability standpoint, because the other four cards here are all earth energy. You've been focusing and prioritizing yourself. And with that, now you can shift your focus into more emotional grounding, more emotional fulfillment here. So let's get your person's current energy towards you and the connection. So I'm getting the King of Wands here. So the King of Wands tells me your person's ready to take some sort of action. They're ready for some sort of forward movement. And then I get the Lovers here. So the Lovers, Gemini energy. I mean, this is a love reading. So it could be about the two of you, but it's also about the choices that this person is making. They're choosing you. They're choosing the connection. They're choosing to come forward. It feels very intentional. This is not by accident. There's a lot of preparation connected to this intention. This feels like, similar to you, this person has gone through some sort of cycle, and now it feels like they're ready to take some sort of step forward, like an overt step forward. The Strength card coming through, Leo energy, and this is a lot of internal courage in order to be able to come forward. Eight of Swords, a lot of internal reflection as well. So that Eight of Swords can be that self-imposed prison of the mind, but I'm getting the sense here, it's not about the overthinking. It's about the planning, the preparation, all of the work leading up to being able to come out of their shell or kind of re-engage in this connection, because it feels like this person wants to take some sort of action to come towards you. It's not going to be visible, but that King of Wands is actually facing the Ten of Cups. So it feels like this person wants to come towards you. And then I'm getting the Star here, that Aquarius energy, all focused on healing and the connection and just everything that this person wants. It feels like they're ready to embrace it. They're ready to take some sort of move to go in that direction. So let's get your feelings and emotions towards your person. Okay. So we have a lot of cups showing up here in your emotional space. I love that because it really does feel like you worked so much on yourself that now you're shifting into what else do I need to do in order to be happy? And so in your emotional space, so how you feel about this person and this connection, I'm getting the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is the fulfillment of your goals and dreams. And so you really feel like this is your ideal partner and this is your ideal match. Ace of Cups, you're ready for a new start, a new beginning, a new chapter here. 2 of Cups, where the two of you are in union together. That reciprocal, we're both ready to kind of give into the connection, because I get the sense before with all the work that you were doing and even what I'm picking up here on your person side, a little distracted, a little focused on other things. And it feels like you're ready for that kind of reciprocal union where you're both putting in the effort and energy. And then I get the Hierophant showing up here, a marriage card. And so really ready for union. 5 of Wands. So the obstacles and challenges that you may have faced. 2 of Wands here. You can see through whatever happened here in the past. So obstacles and challenges feel like the things that may have happened here, whether it was inside the connection or external to the connection. I'm not picking that up, but I am getting the sense here that you still really feel like there's an opportunity. There's real potential here in the connection for a very significant union. And so it's worth working through whatever these obstacles and challenges are. These feel very secondary compared to your emotional fulfillment. This is not something that's going to block the connection. So let's get your person's feelings and emotions towards you. So what I'm getting here is the 8 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Pentacles is mastering a skill. And so when it comes to this person's trying to master their own emotions right now. So they have had some sort of turmoil where they're working on it, may not be fully ready, because I am getting a lot of 8s here. I'm not getting a lot of 9s. I'm getting a lot of 9s on your side. You're telling me that you're ready for the new beginning. They're almost there. And so it feels like this person has been doing a lot of work on themselves emotionally. And so they're trying to find their internal alignment with this 8 of Pentacles. And then I get the Hermit card here. And so Hermit, Virgo energy, a lot of internal reflection and healing, very similar to the Star. This person is getting ready. I'm getting the sense that they're ready to take some sort of action in one sense, but emotionally, they're playing catch up. They're mentally and physically ready to take some sort of step forward, but emotionally, it's kind of a little bit tempered here. Ace of Cups coming through, so they want that new beginning just like you do. You both have that in your emotional space. And then I get the 7 of Wands showing up here, which is that internal resistance that I'm picking up. And so in a lot of ways, they want this, but I'm also getting this sense of stress, fear, anxiety, because I wanted to see a little bit more around the 7 of Wands and why the resistance was showing up. So stress, fear, anxiety, it's connected to their internal emotional alignment. When they feel more grounded and more stable, this goes away. But it's something that is actually in progress now. It feels like I'm catching their energy mid-transformation. And so the Death card is also showing up here in their emotional space. And that is connected to endings and new beginnings, but it's the release of any kind of stress, fear, anxiety they may have about opening up to you, opening up to this, the possibilities here within the connection. And so it feels like this person's actively working through it because with the Ace of Cups, they want to come forward. So let's get your actions and intentions towards this person. Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is that new start. So really wanting to take some sort of action here to re-engage, reconnect. The Emperor. So you're coming at it from a very high vibration, very strong, very stable energy. Seven of Swords coming through. And so the Seven of Swords can be lies, manipulation, and deceit. But I'm getting the sense more it's connected to whatever you have been going through. You might have been keeping a lot of things to yourself because that Seven of Swords can be a secretive energy. But you're leaving all of that behind here with the Five of Pentacles and with the Eight of Cups. I mean, this honestly feels like you're ready. You're ready. You're ready for the new beginning. You're ready to come forward and initiate something here. Let's get your person. Let's get their actions and intentions towards you. Wow. Okay. So we have 4 of the 5 are major cards. So I'm getting the Justice card, Libra energy. This is all about balance. They want to come in right. They want to come in balanced. They want to balance out the connection, manifesting here with the Magician energy. They want to be able to create this relationship from a place of feeling very solid and grounded and stable. And so that balancing energy, this is something that they need to do. They need to find that alignment within themselves before they're able to come forward with you. And so it's in order to be able to give this relationship a real chance, they need to work through this. The Six of Cups coming through. So that Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. So it does feel like they're trying to revive or reconnect, reconcile in some sort of way. It's restoring happiness is ultimately what I'm picking up on. And so it's kind of getting this back into a good place. And then I get the Temperance here, another card of balance. And so really, I mean, balance is the name of the game. This person is really trying to come in with that right intention, coming at it with the intent to put in the effort here, be very balanced, that reciprocity that you're looking for. That's how this person wants to come forward. And then I get the Tower showing up here. And so the Tower is a sudden change, a breakthrough energy. So let me see if I can get a little bit more on that Tower before we dive into the connection. Why is that Tower here in their actions and intentions? Yeah, okay. It's this card. So all of a sudden, there's going to be movement here. Knight of Cups tells me that some sort of action on your person's side, it's going to come out of nowhere. They are just going to step forward and they're going to come in a very balanced way. And so this feels like the Tower is actually going to happen to them. It's good. This Tower is going to restore some sort of balance here. It's going to clear the path. It's going to show them the way forward so that they're not holding themselves back or they're not kind of stuck in this cycle. That Eight of Swords, not stuck in this cycle of overthinking and not being able to take some sort of action here because they're paralyzed in their own thought. I'm getting there's going to be some sort of breakthrough here on your person's side, and it's going to spark some sort of movement. And they're going to come at it from a very balanced place. I love that. And it's going to come in out of nowhere. So let's see. Let's get the blocks and barriers here in the connection. So I'm getting the Fool here. The Fool is that new start, new beginning with that clean slate. It's leaving the past behind. It just feels like you're not there yet. It's not really a true block. Same with the Ace of Cups here. It's just about a new beginning. And so it just feels like you're not at the point of the new beginning. You're working towards it, but you're just not there. Three of Cups is a card of happiness. Could be the reconciliation as well. And then I get the Hermit. The Hermit's really the block here. It's the internal working on yourselves, the focusing on just kind of whatever has been requiring your attention, any kind of healing work that you would have done here with the Hermit. I have that in your current energy. And so it feels like you both have been kind of operating in isolation, kind of healing yourselves, working through your own issues. And that's the block here. So let's get the shared energy between the two of you. So what I'm getting here with the Justice card, that Libra energy, the balance. You both want balance. You both want this relationship to kind of mean something and really give it a healthy chance, give it a chance to really build from that place of being balanced. The Four of Cups is showing up here, so that is sadness and disappointment. It feels like a stuck energy, a little stuck. I don't feel like this is a block at all, but you both have been kind of operating on your own. And so the sadness and disappointment is really that you're both kind of operating on your own. And then I get the Ace of Pentacles here. This is an offer of a commitment. This is the start of something grounded and stable. And so you both want the relationship here in the 3-day. Three of Wands coming through. So that card of patience. Patience, working through things. I mean, it feels like you're definitely there. And then I get the Empress. So the Empress is Venus and it rules relationships. And so you both want to be in union, but coming at it from that right perspective, wanting balance here within the relationship. So focusing on that on your own individually so that when you come back together, when that opportunity arises, you're both in that really healthy place. So let's get the advice here for the connection. There are a lot of aces in this reading, and the Six of Cups is a repeating card. So I'm getting the Moon here from an advice standpoint. It's going with the flow. It's not trying to force a situation at all. It's focusing here on just internal alignment, internal balancing so that you're able to just kind of go with the energy as it happens. Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands is preparing for some sort of action here because you have that in your actions and intentions towards your person. And it feels like something is going to happen here because I had the King of Wands in their current energy. And so it feels like preparing for some sort of action. This is not going to be kind of separated. It doesn't feel like it's going to be separated for much longer. I'm getting the Emperor showing up here. So the Emperor is that my way or the highway. And the actions here are really, this is what's showing up in your actions and intentions towards your person. It's showing up here in the advice. And so it's really standing tall, confident, preparing to take some sort of action here, but learning to go with the flow, that patient energy coming through with the Moon. Focusing on your emotions. So any action that you do take, come forward with confidence and really act from this place of feeling good about where you are, everything that's going on in your life, and that you're able to actively give into this connection. And then I get the Six of Cups here, that card of nostalgia. So it's focusing on happiness, reviving some sort of happiness here in the relationship. So let's get the potential outcome over the next 2 weeks for this connection. So I'm getting the Three of Swords here. Now, the Three of Swords does speak to a heartache, and it's the need to heal from some sort of heartache. But this feels like healing something here in the connection, because right next to that, I get the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of marriage and commitment. And so it feels like building something here solid and grounded with that Ten of Pentacles. It feels like it's connected to the Ace for sure, but it feels like the start of something, being divinely guided to a new beginning. I'm getting the King of Swords here. So the King of Swords is clarity, communication. There's going to be some sort of conversation here. Chariot showing up. So Cancer energy. This is forward movement. This is also a card of success and victory. So it's overcoming the battle. So whatever this heartache is that exists between the two of you, it feels like there's an opportunity for some sort of reconnection, having some sort of conversation to be able to at least start addressing or start discussing something here that leads to a path of commitment that lets itself kind of move forward. it feels like it feels like the two of you are coming at it from a different perspective. It feels like you're both coming at it from the perspective of wanting to work through whatever happened here. It's not about being right. It's not about anything else. It's about finding that connection and just focusing here on whatever shared vision that you have for this relationship. Because I'm also getting the Page of Cups here. And so it feels like a heartfelt conversation, opening up and really talking about what you want, how you feel about each other, what kind of life are you looking for with each other, and just kind of getting to be on the same page from that perspective. I wanted a little bit more around this Three of Swords here. And what I got was the Nine of Cups. And so the Nine of Cups is all about your wishes being fulfilled. And it feels like there's going to be a conversation around maybe whatever happened here in the past. Could also be the other things that the two of you have been working on independently that come up in this conversation around your goals and dreams, shared goals and dreams, anything that you want to talk about that really is going to benefit the relationship. It feels like it's the start of something. That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like a full-on commitment. It feels like the start of something, even surface level. So this is the twin flame reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.